Assetto Corsa has changed. It has been quite a ride since back then a somewhat obscure Italian developer tried to make it big in the sim racing world with the software that they hoped would allow them to achieve just that. That software is what we know as Assetto Corsa. It had much more than cars, tracks, and physics. It had something that allowed creative individuals or groups of people to create modifications to this title. As such, many in the same racing community took that cue to learn, to share, to create their own vision. Some in the form of tracks, cars, or small applications, others in the form of modifications so deep they were not even considered as a possibility by Kunos. And as such, they have achieved nothing short of the impossible. Today's video will be about a group of people that fundamentally changed the way we experience Assetto Corsa. We will be talking a bit about the almost mad geniuses behind the critically acclaimed shaders patch and Sol modifications. Their achievements were somewhat of an awe-inspiring moment for those who use Assetto Corsa in a regular basis. These achievements change fundamentally what Assetto Corsa is able to do. It's now able to render more than one light source to cast lights on the shadows that the day and night cycle creates, adding rain to the changing weather, and thus giving a new life to this title. These are absolute game changers. Many help in the development of these mods, but the core team is mainly comprised of two groups with a total of 4 people. So we have in one side Ilya, Henter, and Jackson developing the shaders patch, and Peter Bose developing Sol. The first 3 are the guys behind the lights, the weather effects module, as well as the essential app content manager. And Peter, like stated, is behind Sol, the modification that adds dynamic weather and the new sky with stars and the moon. These mods brought Assetto Corsa truly into a new level. I reached the team to ask just a few questions. One of them was, why did they choose Assetto Corsa? Ilya states, I personally always thought that there should be some community-driven simulator, and Assetto Corsa is perfect for that. I find its customizability to be outstanding, especially comparing with most other simulators, and its simplicity in design helps a lot as well. While Peter replied, the first day Assetto Corsa came out, it felt just right. It gives you the feeling of driving a car with a decent mass, so physics-wise it was the choice. I was always interested what must be done to get real-life graphics, but without decent physics it's a no-go. That was the beginning, and thanks to Kunos, Assetto Corsa is the simulator when it comes to modding. In essence, they chose Assetto Corsa for the same reason many choose or recognize Assetto Corsa for: an accomplished title with a good physics set and the possibility of modding. Developing these mods take time, but also require the right approach to develop them. One of the philosophies of that approach is trying to deliver these mods while at the same time having the maximum amount of users able to run them. You have to make compromise, you can't implement everything. Assetto Corsa is a lightweight sim which also runs on older machines. So with every new idea we have to decide economically. Some other aspects we consider is giving support. The technical knowledge of the users vary very much, and the goal is everyone should get it running. So after a big new release, there are days of making support. This rings especially true as a good portion of the Assetto Corsa player base is using low-end systems even for 2014 standards when the game came out. The shaders patch increased the strain on the systems, lowering performance. So it's a challenge for the team to develop on a game engine that didn't have in mind the graphical features they are trying to achieve, while still maximizing the number of users that can run them. Ilya tries to achieve this by focusing on certain aspects that in a first glance might seem unachievable. Then I try to implement it by poking around and seeing what would help. If it seems to work, publish it as a preview build. Peter seems to be more of the artistic driven person, grounded on aesthetics, but at the same time trying to achieve some performance. He spends many hours in editing software to get the colors or the representation of the sky and weather just right, still thinking ahead of the toll that these graphical modifications will have on each system. It's a laborious task to keep a balance between all variables and providing something that is visually compelling. For the future, they still have plans to develop their ideas furthermore. There are some other visual effects I'd really try to implement, and also work more on some gameplay extensions as well, maybe some new racing modes and things similar to AI Flood. Peter wants to bring weather effects like thunder and lightning, optimizations, better clouds, and better changing weather. I want to thank the many people of the community for giving supports to others, doing tests, and for contributing their ideas. Myself, I would also like to thank them, and I would like to thank Ilya and Peter for the opportunity of creating this small video, and also apologize at the same time for taking so long to make it. If you enjoyed the mods, please support the developers as their work is changing Assetto Corsa forever. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to press like, subscribe, share, and hit the notification bell so you'll see notifications of new videos and streams. Your support is important, so it's possible to continue creating these short videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.